Donte Warren.
Yep.
Welcome to my channel.
Mm.
So my channel, it's Nine Coins. It started off a couple of years ago before the
Mhm.
social coins entered the scene.
Okay.
So yeah, but we're gonna talk about all coins, even the last two.
Mm.
Yay. And what else? So yeah, I see your type there. You
Mhm.
want to share when you were typed and who are you? Like, where do you live and all that?
I'm Donte Warren. I'm in Pennsylvania. I was typed by Shave in October 2022, 2021. I know like a little bit after COVID.
Right.
So like 2021, 2022. It was October. And what happened was I am a NETI consume play blast sleep MF. Yeah.
Right. Is it
Audio.
anywhere in the neighborhood of what you were guessing at the time? Like,
Yeah, very close. Actually, if not, it's not on top. It's not on point. I had two types for me, and my type was this, or it was gonna be a any FE
ooh,
play consume sleep blast.
like this-
Potentially maybe double masculine or maybe visual. I don't really know. Like I knew audio was a thing for me because I came from an audio background, and I'm really like that's how I remember things a lot of times.
yeah.
Like my memory is iffy, but I know I remember like if someone says like, "Hey, I said this to you," I can go back and go, "Hey, he did say that to me." Crap, and I can trace back where the events were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the events were. That's so interesting. Tell me
Hmm.
more about that because I'm audio too, and I'm just,
Yeah.
learning.
I think of it as links. So you have these like like links. Imagine like an anchor, or you think of like a hmm you have a kind of like a ball and chain. Like you have the chain and you have like little links that connect to it. You
Mhm.
remember things like that. So you remember, okay, this link links to this,
Yeah.
and this link links to that, and you have parts like that that kind of make like, okay, I think I remember you saying this. It's
Yeah.
from this link. Okay, yes. And then at that point, you kind of remember that one link, and you can kind of like fuzzily like remember like the main things in the timeline.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it. And at that point, it kind of all lines up because everything kind of just wraps around together. But that's kind of how I see it. It's all like links and chains and trying to remember what it is.
Right. This is, by the way, this is a lot of end talk, like
Yeah.
overview, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The links and the chain. If you would like describe some sensory there.
Think of it as a giving you a freaking analogy.
Like example,
I
like
was about to do that. I
what
was
is
like,
it that is
ah.
linking together? Like,
um, let's say we go on the begin typed. If you tell me, like, if you ask me, hey, what do you remember getting typed? I remember my friend got typed after me, but I remember I got typed in during autumn, at the end of autumn, like, and I remember that time. And I remember that we all got typed around the same time. I also joined the server
mm,
OVPS, and that link would be in that category. And I
wow.
could kind of like slowly narrow down exactly where I was in that timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can remember like certain events during that timeline. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can fully relate to that. Like I remember the month I was typed, it was November. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
around the 25th maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it was during the pandemic as well. It must have been 20. Uh-oh. Hey, stop it. I'm a monster. Need to control. Hey, stop it. Stop it already. Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, where was I? So yeah, the links. That makes perfect sense to me as well.
You were typed in November?
2021, yeah.
Okay.
Must have been, was it
Oh, you must have been typed around the same time as me, actually, when I think about it.
wait a minute, was it both our sensories are demons, so
Yeah.
I'm still struggling. Like like you said with the links, I know what happened before and after, but then I have to
Hmm.
really think hard to
Yeah,
remember, was it 20 or 21? Like,
that's what happens to me. That's why I'm like, don't tell me exactly. And people are like, are you really masculine sensory? And I'm just like,
mhm.
I
Yeah, but it's
don't
just
know.
that it's lost.
Yeah, it
And
gets foggy during like all like the files get kind of crowded. I don't know. All the files get crowded.
exactly. Wow, thank you for that example. Perfect
Mhm.
example. Yeah.
Yeah,
You have sensory there somewhere in the stack.
yes, I do.
So basically this will be an alpha talk because maybe you're an alpha, but also alpha quadra. So I'm looking into the languages of the quadras. So I'm beta, you're alpha
Mhm.
because you're an ENTP, so to say.
Mhm.
And I'm an INFJ. So we share one axis. We have a shared language with the FETI axis.
Yep.
And then we speak different languages in terms of the intuition and sensory.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is
Let's
right.
yeah, let's compare and contrast all these.
Oh boy, I'm
Um,
excited.
yeah, do you have
Uh,
anything like okay,
your dog. Oh, sorry. You
it's
cut off for me.
completely new to me, so I'm not controlling her yet.
Yeah.
I'm dog watching and it's the first
I could tell it was your dog because you gave the moment of like a mom going like,
uh,
"Don't you do
this
that."
drives me crazy. Hey, Safi, Safi,
Hmm.
stop it. No. Uh, it's hard because I don't fully know her yet, so
Yeah.
it's hard to know exactly what to do and what to say. But
I think you'll get there.
are you okay?
Yeah. No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm
So
chilling.
the
I,
kill,
I think I
and
think
it
it's also
was
because I get it. You know, like when you're trying to learn, you're trying to figure it out. It's a new setting. You're trying to at least like figure out what's
yeah.
right, what's wrong, and
Let
then
me
yeah, it's understandable. You'll get
pause for a second. I'll just get you. So we're
there.
back, and now she is. Yeah, you're on your bed. It's great. Okay. Oh, yeah, because I started talking to her, so now. All right. Back to the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could go through some of these questions that I prepared because you have them
Hmm.
as well, and then deviate as much or as little as we want. You can do your
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
So if you
I
want to.
see. I see.
Let's just start from there. Like, you saw yourself as an ENTP right away, so you knew that
Yeah.
was your first function. How
Yeah.
come? Like, yeah, how
I
did
came from when I got typed. I before I got typed, sorry, I was in just regular Myers Briggs for like the longest amount of years, for the longest amount of years ever.
Mhm.
And I would say I think I was in middle school, and then I immediately when I graduated and everything like that, I was still like, I think I'm probably. I saw my type, and I sat there, and I was like, ETP was the one type I was like, I got typed as, and I hated it for myself. Like I saw myself as this type,
Yeah.
and I felt like I fucking I really hated it. But like I can curse, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I fucking hated it.
it's okay.
Yeah,
So
it was annoying.
why? Like, what
Yeah,
reason?
yeah. Oh God. For my reasoning was just because I the stereotype of the type. It was
Mm,
just like the stereotype and like the vibe it gave everyone universally, and everyone kind of was like, this type had this, had this. But now everyone's just like, oh, I want to be an ETP. So I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, cool. But I'm just like, it's
Yeah.
okay.
I'd love to be an ENTP. That sounds
Yeah,
really,
see, everyone says that because
yeah,
back then
yeah,
it was the type was. I feel like ENTP is slow to become the new INFJ,
yeah.
and I think it is very funny how like the generation has like changed from like INFJ to like to INFP to just ENTP,
Mm.
and everyone wants to be like an ENTP or an it's still everyone's supposed to be an INFP. Like,
The one in the
but
nine.
like, yeah, no, it's so many people who want to be an ETP, and honestly, I like it now. I think I came to a conclusion of I'm just like, you know, when I saw my type, I had to sit there and I go, you know what, this is okay. I got typed by David Shan October. I told you, but before all that, I was talking to everybody, and I came to a conclusion of like, I'm this type based on my own system I had for myself. I typed myself as ENTP. I saw all the symptoms. I saw the TI. I saw the FE, and I saw the. I also saw like the NE and the SI. I just didn't know exactly what order it was because I
Mhm.
think for me, like what the end angle for me was, I was stuck on, was I an observer or decider? Because but then I sat there and I was like, I really am. I'll joke aside, I am a bitch when it comes to people because I hate a lot of things about like oh, I'm very sensitive, but I'm also able to see that, and
Mhm.
I'm very like this, and I'm also able to see that, and I'm able to joke about it myself a lot of times, and I think I've noticed that the more I sat there, the more I'm like that's not a single decider thing to do,
No.
and I'm also like
Interesting.
I'm willing to kind of drop things and say, hey, drop it, go, and then I'm fine. Like, and of course I'll apologize, but hey, I'm sorry by the way, letting you know. Anyway, bye. And I'll just move on.
What is it with the tribe that annoys you then? I'm really super curious.
It's just gossip and drama. The gossip and drama thing gets my nerves, but I'm also aware of the fact of like I do that too in a way. I
Mhm.
think that's just human nature. Everyone kind of does it, but for me, it was very much like if someone tells you something,
Mhm.
tells you information, don't go babbling about it outwardly, and that's kind of what irritated me, and that would cause a lot of drama, and then a lot of drama, and then people kind of do it for like their own gain, and it kind of bothered me. Other than that, like I get the game they're doing, I just don't like it. I
Yeah.
think it's wrong, but it's just how it is, how the game is with them, with certain people. But I don't think everyone's like that. Hell no, I don't think everyone's like that. It's just the group I was raised in was like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
gossip and drama, and I'm thinking Effie is also a demon to you. How do you think
Mm-hmm.
that comes into play in terms of your
Come on, I just whine about it. Just complain about it.
I mean, I
I
hate gossip and drama too, like
yeah, like it gets to the point of like I'm like, can you please just shut up? I talk
Mhm.
about it. It's not worth it. Whatever. And it's to the point of like I'm just too open now. I'm just like, look, hey, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, you're very quiet. And I'm like, eh, yeah, whatever.
Holding your tongue for a reason.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
interesting.
Hmm.
So gossip and drama. Yeah, I'm just processing that now. Like this is the problem with my consume last because I have sleep over consume,
Hmm.
which is it's a problem because I have to process before I can take in more. So I
You're
can
filtering through your old
oh,
information so you can clearly take in new
yeah,
information.
exactly. So
Yeah.
in real time, I kind of have to attach everything that you say to my
Hmm.
already known information, somehow known, so I can,
Yeah.
you know,
Makes you feel any better. I am taking in a lot of information and I can't, I'm having a hard time going through my old information of that because sleep. So you're fine. We're both on the struggle bus here.
we're struggling for different reasons. Anyways, ENTP is a super cool type. I was personally hoping that I was an ENTP. Of course, I wasn't. So here I am,
Yeah,
born
you got an
on
INFJ.
day.
That's also cool. I think INFJs are pretty chill. I've always liked all the INFJs. They're really nice, are really kind. I liked all of them. They all really nice to talk to. I actually got along with a lot of them. So
Right, you
yeah. Hmm?
the last sentence. I didn't hear your last
I,
sentence.
I I think I got along with all of them.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think actually there are some major similarities between the two, like the ENTP
Mhm.
and INFJ. I mean, we have the observer coin, the N, the TIFE axis. There
Yeah.
are so many things that connect us, I think. Yeah, I really feel like that's probably the type that I can relate to the most. Um, yeah, I think so at least. I feel the close. It's almost like a cousin or something. Would
You're
you?
talking about what exactly the type then?
Yeah,
What is it? What is that function?
between our functions. So
Oh,
your
okay.
type, my type. I think
Yeah,
feels like a cousin type or something.
it is. Yeah, because we have some similarities. It's a 50-50 similarity thing for us, and that's kind of what's happening. So the fact that we can relate in some way that means something,
Yeah,
but it's like it's not come fully there. It's just like, huh, I feel what you mean, but not fully, but I feel what you mean. That
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
cool. Okay, so any, I mean, that's different from my first function. So you are all over the place basically when it comes to generating, like seeing patterns and
Hmm.
generating new ideas, maybe. Would you say that's true? Like, do you have multiple ideas at once? And how do you, you know, decide which one is worth pursuing? I mean, of course,
I
balance.
filter it through when I come to a bunch of ideas. I immediately filter it through my like TI, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
where it's just like, what is it? What do I actually remember doing? What do I remember doing? What do I usually do? What works for me? And then eventually I will branch off of that and go, okay, how can I expand that? How can I actually do better here? How can I actually like make this different, make this interesting and fun and nice for me to get through it? And then eventually I will be able to actually like build on something. And if I'm also building my own mental stack. So I think for me, I'm getting more and more better, getting more refined. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I don't like the feeling of doing the same thing over and over again, but that's just how I am.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
aware of the fact that like, yeah, no, I'm doing good.
How do you handle that? Because I mean, a lot of life is doing the same things over and over again. How do you like create that variation for yourself?
You switch it up on yourself when you're doing the same top item. You just say you're doing like the same like job again. You
Mhm.
try to switch it up in different ways.
Yeah.
Or you try and do a little mini game out of it. You try to time yourself. You do certain things like that. It's like a new record for yourself. You make it entertaining for yourself. Make sure you understand it. You try to learn something you need to do. You research what you want to figure out and what you want to actually slowly learn more.
Mm.
Old information you took in before when you actually decide to freaking sleep process and actually take it in.
Mhm.
Yes, then I can actually go back and file through all my systems I had in my head. I did.
Yeah, right. So do you have any
Yeah.
like concrete examples of how you've been going about narrowing something down and actually finding a way to stick to it, but also, like you said, vary the game somehow?
I guess the best way to explain it is probably like my job. I'm now a housekeeper now in my job now.
Mhm.
So for me it's like I do the same thing. I do how I like to do things. And but like I'll always like mix it up for myself just to keep myself a little bit on my toes, do certain things like that.
Mm.
I did get in trouble with the higher ups with that because I had a habit of kind of doing too many things at once, and I had a habit of I feel like I want to do this, I want to do that, I feel responsible doing these things, and I kept
Mm.
yeah. But I've definitely gotten like better at just like honing in my own skill more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to prioritize when you have a very active brain, like you see everything all at once and
Hmm.
so many possibilities. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel with intuition in general, it's hard to narrow things down in the sensory.
Yeah.
I guess for me, I have SE, even if it's
Yeah, I
like,
was wondering that must be
yeah,
really rough because like I feel like for you it's like you're taking in like what's the best for this like universal. You're scanning a lot more in my opinion, kind of.
yeah, I'm
What?
scanning different
Yeah.
things.
You're scanning like more like physical things, and
Mhm.
I'm scanning more like one thing, but I'm honing in on like the possible outcomes and what can I do with this thing.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I see it.
yeah.
I'm taking in more possible outcomes. You're taking in more physical scenarios.
Mm, yeah, exactly. And where do I want to go with those potential scenarios? What's the the road, what's the, yeah, the NI, the
Yeah,
way, and how can I make them all fit into this one NI so I don't have to, I guess, be afraid of the thing
you
going
do.
off rails somehow, because if you
Mhm.
have a good NI plan, it doesn't really matter what happens on the way, with the
You can
SC.
filter it through with your
Yeah,
NI.
exactly. Wow. This is really, I think this can be a conversation that is a bit hard to follow because we give very little sensory. I'm just getting aware of it.
No, you
Um,
can. We are.
yeah.
We try.
We, I mean, we're both, you're NT first and then NF, and I'm NF and then NT. So it's like very N heavy. Your third animal is blast, so that should be SF. Oh, actually, we're the exact same because mine is SF play third and ST last for me. And
Oh, yeah,
consume
you
and
got
yours is
something.
ST sleep. Yeah, we have the
You got
exact
something.
same.
Yeah. I wonder if we have so and you have what's your blast is
Yeah.
NF?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Ain't that something?
Interesting, right?
Ah, didn't
Because
think of
all these
that.
things, I even think, I don't, I mean, we don't speak of those. What do we call these NFST? Do we have a name for them? SF?
What are you talking about exactly?
Like the combination of, it's not
Like you talking about like reporter, hippie, guru, nerdy,
yeah,
and
like
that
NF
stuff.
reporter, NF hippie and so forth. But do we have like a name for the whole thing? Like one name for,
Um, I forgot what they called it because I haven't been into OPS in so long.
yeah.
But I remember I'm recalling so much information I remember back then when I used to like flood my brain with all this information.
Temperament. Is it temperament?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. What's your temperament? I
So
think it is that. That sounds familiar.
it feels like the temperaments are coins as well, right? Because
Yes.
yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I fully understand this now because I'm like, hold up. Is that right? Is that right? Is that information correct? Okay.
Yeah, because you're info dom. So for me, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Let's move on. But good. Someone
Yeah. But yeah.
set things
Yeah.
straight.
I have to go back to that, but I'm definitely gonna be like, but I will let you
Okay.
know. You
Well,
get
if it's wrong, we can write it in the comments after.
yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so interesting that we had the same order of the temperaments. Yeah, so the mental system for filtering, is there a system for filtering the NE, or is it just more instinctual way of doing it?
It's just instinctual. Like for me, I just know what to do. It just kind of just does. I know when I'm looking at something, I will. Well, first of all, what do you mean by? You want to know why? Like what am I doing? Like what do I usually do for my game plan? Like what's my game plan
Yeah,
for certain things?
exactly.
Okay, so let's say like I'm doing something, I will take in. Try and figure out. I'm trying to give you like an actual like sensory example. This is where I was like, yeah. Okay. Okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
I think of it as there was a time where I would be looking at something from I don't know. I don't know. I'll get back to you that one. That's interesting. Hold up. That's harsh. Okay. Okay. Give me more examples then. Hold up.
Okay.
Hmm.
Take your time.
I say, give me an example then. Hold up, because I'm trying to remember what exactly you mean. Because I haven't done this forever. So hold
Oh,
up.
so you want to have like another question just to get
Yeah.
started? Yeah.
Can you ask me the question again? Maybe I can actually answer it.
So yeah, basically, I'm thinking about your Annie still. I'm stuck in this same chapter,
Yeah.
having those multiple like tracks all at once
Hmm.
and all the possibilities. I guess all the possibilities for the SI, for the one thing, the oneness that you were mentioning before, right?
Yeah.
And so how, what was the question really? Yeah, I think maybe we already responded it. Like how,
Yeah, because based on what you're saying, it sounds like I already answered that question.
yeah, I feel like we already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not stick to this old information.
No,
I'll try to do some play here.
you're good. You're fine. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we could add one extra question before we move on. Do you ever feel like others can't keep up with your thought process?
I feel like others don't understand it and they categorize it as dumb or just wrong. And I'm like, eh. Like I
Yeah,
know what I'm doing. But like
yeah, right.
it definitely does bother me.
It doesn't bother you? No?
It does say it definitely does bother me, but like
Yeah.
I don't try and make it like the end goal of like the main thing of like, oh man, no one understands me. I'm just crying in a pillow, eating ice cream. No, I'm just like, like it bothers me, but there are some things I just gotta just take.
I guess as an info dom, that can be hard as well because
Hmm.
you want to share the information, you
Hmm.
want to ping about the information, and then if you're kind of judged right off the bat, like early on, and
Yes,
you can't move
yeah,
on with the information, how does that affect you? I mean, you already kind of said it, but
it's annoying. I'm not gonna lie, it is very annoying. But I mean, that's just like a certain people. I know a lot of people who talk to me and they go, you know what you're talking about. Or they go, I understand what you mean. And I'm like, okay, cool. So you know what I mean. Okay, cool. Or people like they actually fully got the time to actually sit down and listen to me. And they're like, no, I actually know what you're saying. Like I actually am able to keep up and I actually was willing to actually mess around with you. So I know what you're saying. So yeah, no. I think it's just, you know, different things that just flow well with certain people. You know, you can't let that get to you. Just keep your head up, keep going.
I'm wondering if it's different when you're speaking to other info doms, or if you're talking to energy doms. Like, can you tell if there is a difference? Like
Yes, because
info
energy
doms
dumps
or
want more specific information in the sensory. I've noticed, or if they are sensory, they want more information that link up to what they want to do. And also, it does align also with the whole fact of like, well, what's their actual type? Like, are they like Ni, Ti, Fi, Fe? Like, what are they? You got to figure that out, and then you kind of just have to go in the mindset of are they the exact same like functions as me in a way? Like, do they have the same functions as me? Yes or no? What's different from them? Well, they might have this differently from me. Okay, how can I take that information and then eventually you will filter it through? You'll figure it out. It just takes practice, muscle memory. Keep getting there, keep getting your reps in,
yeah.
roll with the punches. You'll be fine. I
Mm.
have moments where I sat there like this sucks, but
Of course, yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, that's natural, right?
yeah,
Because
that's life.
everyone wants to be seen and understood. Like, here is my NF and my FE, but
Hmm.
it's really important for anyone, to feel that.
Yeah, everyone wants to feel loved in a way. So I mean, that's all that matters. And as long as like you're doing what you can,
Mm.
that's all I really matters. That's what should matter for you. As long as you're aware of the fact that you actually are doing something, then eventually you will get the tribe on your side more.
Mm.
And as long as you're coming at it with a good heart, that's all that really matters.
Right.
Otherwise, I started blasting, but yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah, so speaking of animals, play is actually your double activated one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. So it should be more activated in a sense than the consume, even though consume is above play. Um, how do you like experience or define like your energy, like in terms of engaging with the world? How do you see your play? The energy.
My energy depends on the mm, social vibe of everything going around me,
Mhm.
and also on the fact of like if it's a negative vibe, my energy will be lower. If it's a positive vibe, my energy will be good. But eventually, I will have to figure out okay, how can I not overwhelm myself with that? Because I definitely get like high off of like the feeling of oh my god, this is. But it is nice. I think for me, it's very much kind of like a kind of like you're just filling a cup full of water, and you don't want to overflow.
Mm,
That's kind of how it feels like. Like you keep pouring it, but you don't want it to overflow. And I think for me, it's like my cup keeps overflowing, and
mm,
I get overwhelmed a lot of times, or I get too amped with certain things, and I can't turn off my brain because my brain's taking all these possibilities
mm,
now, or now I'm feeding all this like energy and feeding up the vibe. I'm also relying on other stuff. I can track, but it's not bad. I don't think it really like fully like ruined my life, but it definitely has caused some irritation.
right. Yeah. Because NF play, it's like you have it, your NF is play and my NF is blast.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking of like comparing different plays, like ST play and NF play, like it's so different. Like I can imagine what energizes someone is very dependent on
Yeah,
what temperament the animal has.
yeah.
Uh,
You're playing with someone's emotion. You're playing with everyone's emotions, everyone's vibe to get a better understanding of what's going on. And then based on that response, you slowly just try to figure it out. If it's a positive response, you keep going. Negative response, you kind of go in your hole and go, like, how can I actually understand that? Why is that? Even if it's a positive response, you try and do the understanding of it.
mm,
So just keep going, and then eventually you'll figure it out. And you can kind of just look at something and go, I know the energy of that.
it's
And yeah.
NF like because it's the NE and the FE, it's like understanding the values of the whole world in a way,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Yes.
think we speak of culture. Is that connected to NF play maybe? When
Yes.
they, yeah.
I would say so. It's more like I feel like Effie in general is culture,
Mm,
but so I think you also have that too. But I think it's more just like, do you see it? Yes. Well, do you fully understand it? Can you actually explain it in a way that everyone understands it?
mm.
And that's kind of where it gets. Oh, I don't know if I can, or oh yeah, I can.
I think you
that's
can more
that's where
than,
the NI and that's when the NE comes into play. Of like,
yeah.
I can do that kind of stuff nicely to where everyone kind of goes, yeah, no dip, and I'm like, all right, cool, that I did my job. It's the fact that you said yeah, no dip, that means it worked.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
because some people are like, oh, I know, I didn't think of it like that. Some people are just straight up like, I didn't think of it like that. I had people who were just, I think, like FI first, or like FISE, or FISI, whoever it was, like anyone like that, and they looked at me, they talked to me, they were like, I didn't think of it like that,
Mm.
and I was able to actually break it down for them and have them understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to see how everyone's brain kind of works on this cultural like wave that keeps happening. Because I'm always updating on the culture.
Yeah.
I'm always noticing it, and I'm always aware of like this is probably gonna go this way. I can see this going this way. Yeah, it went this way, of course.
And I'm sure all of these things are very obvious to you, but if you would like try and give an example of how are you updating on culture, like any recent examples?
There is like I guess you could say like the cancel culture attitude that was definitely a big thing for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Like I guess that's a good example to bring up for like that everyone can universally go. I think I know what you mean because I remember when that was coming up into play, everyone jumped on that bandwagon of like, oh yes, let's go in here, let's all go on like play this victim card or do this stuff. But some people actually had real life stuff that happened to them,
Mm,
and those people got kind of overshadowed by the negative part of of everything. And I think the culture is slowly warping and understanding now, where it's just like, well, not warping, but like I think it is warping. Yeah, but I think it's becoming more understanding. I would say that hey, not all those people are not everything is bad, but I think now everyone's kind of scared now, going like, oh, but opinion, definitely playing on a show, and like there's two extremes and they're both battling each other. It's just which extreme is going to win the sword battle. That's
mm.
kind of what's happening, and it kind of hurts. It kind of sucks, but like that's just the world we live in. I noticed, and that's kind of where I'm just like, okay, why is that happening?
Yeah, you want to go on about that a little bit more? This was interesting. I want to hear more about your thoughts.
The cancel culture thing in general, it's just a lot of times if you give your opinion on something,
Hmm.
most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you will eventually offend somebody, but you also will have a cult following, and it's scary to say a cult following, but that's kind of what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think eventually when you, as if you don't vibe check yourself, the group you're the culture you're surrounding yourself with, that will slowly influence you into your own bubble, and
Yeah.
you're just filling up your own bubble with your own air, and
Hmm.
you're not taking in any other sides. And I think eventually that will start kind of a scary world where we're gonna kind of have a, not a, I wouldn't say revolution, but like it's not that extreme. Could be, but it can get really bad. It can get very hectic. Yeah.
Well, like, let's play out the scenario. Because we are single observers, so we love these kind of conspiracies, right? So let's just go with it and play a
Yeah,
little
sure.
thought. So, what kind of a revolution? What would that revolution possibly look like from your perspective?
A one-sided opinion, which is kind of what's happening already.
Mhm.
With like, I would even say like, I don't like talking about this as much, but I would say it's the like the political culture of like the right and the left. Like you take in one side fully, and then eventually your brain kind of gets fully warped into like that category. Taking the right side of idea, and your brain fully gets warped into that category. It's
Mm.
like you only really take in that. Anyone who's not on my side is the enemy, pointing fingers. That's kind of
Mm.
how I see it.
It's like we are losing the nuances of it all.
And we're not even knowing the truth at all either. We're just taking in like false information or just stuff
Mm.
that's not really true at all, or we're misinterpreting information that's not even accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's an interesting observation. I love it. It's yeah, I'm so impressed by NE, both NETE and NEFE, like that play, that overview kind of I don't know, you have like this perspective that is so fascinating to me. Um yeah.
Thank
I'm so narrowed in with my NI on just my,
you.
whatever topics is going on in my head. And
Yeah.
of course, I do notice some SE, but it's last, what's going
Hmm.
on in the world, etc.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I can just see how you're understanding it so fast and
Hmm.
it's so accurate, both the NE FE play and the NETE play.
Hmm.
It's just fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're on the right track because I can tell you're very much like, oh, if I don't understand it, I'm not gonna go, don't matter. And then just shut it down. You're very much like, oh, I actually want to understand that. And then not a lot of people have that nowadays. Not a
Mm.
lot of people have that. So I think you're
No.
doing well. I think you're doing very good. I think you're doing a great job. What you're doing is very nice and very inspiring. So I think you're doing great. I personally do believe that. So
Okay.
you're doing good. Don't worry.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on a little bit because we talked about play. We talked about your two save, basically the any savior, and then the play, which is connected to the any. And the
Hmm.
last thing that is also connected to any is your savior animal consume.
Hmm.
So, how do you know when you have gathered enough information before you act?
How do I know? How do I know if I did have enough information?
Yeah.
I have a habit
It's
of
all
I don't.
about piling up the.
I'll be honest with you. I don't.
Oh, you never know that. Of course, I would ask that because I'm Gemini, right?
I was gonna say, I'll be honest, I don't know.
Yeah, like,
Even when I'm finished like a project, I will sit there and I will just keep researching more about it,
yeah, of course.
thinking
You're
about how
never
can I
finished.
fine tune things, and then it's funny. Like, yeah, no, that's what I do.
I mean, it's not like I'm not thinking that you have to finish, because the consume
Mhm.
will always be your first animal and it will be going
Yes,
forever, like for as long as you.
yes,
So you will never be finished, right? But
yeah,
I mean, there are steps on the way, like you consume,
yeah.
then you do something, like you act somehow.
Blast. Okay, yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
you're in,
I believe.
so it's very important for you to do both,
Yeah,
right?
do both sides. If I'm taking in something, I am taking in something to at least have a better understanding of an idea, and then try to like actually like talk about it or preach or go off about it or just physically do something like about like work related wise about it.
Mm,
Like if I'm taking in something and I'm trying to have a better understanding about something, if it's something that I know for a fact that won't really spark certain information, spark a certain like vibe, like going off whatever certain things, like
mm,
a NF kind of moment for me, I don't see a reason taking it in. But sometimes I have a habit of just taking it in by information I find interesting, or some things I just like to do, and some things I find intriguing that I want to branch off of, actually learn and take in, and talk about certain topics to certain people. Like
mm.
a lot of topics, a lot of things are different for certain people. The fact that I'm also very, very rusty on OPS, I'll say it. I have,
Aren't we
this is
all?
weird. This is funny. This is very interesting for me because I haven't really been keeping up as much
Mm,
because I haven't really been in the service. But I know I got added at the server one time and I was like, you know, why not? I joined immediately. The person was shocked. I joined right away. But I was like, hey, look,
yeah.
you ask, I came.
I
But
think
no.
for like from my perspective, because with NI, it's like once you've learned how to ride a bike, you will always be able to ride the bike. So you have it
Mhm.
in you, like it's there in your spine, you know. So you don't have to keep up with it. You will just whenever you jump in on a server, or if you want to be, you know, like now when we're
Mhm.
interview, you're catching up while you're doing it. So because it's there, the foundation is already laid, you know.
Yeah, it's filtering it. It's filtering your own updates.
Yeah.
You just keep updating yourself. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. For you, for me not, because I know you're consumed last. So
Mm,
for you, updating is really hard. Well, for me, it's like I am always updating.
yeah.
But the problem with me is that I'm never like actually getting used to the tools I already had
Mm.
on me. So for me, it's like, oh, I keep updating, keep updating, keep updating.
So how does that work? Because you
Yeah.
still have TI. So with
Yes.
TI, you still build like a worldview and a framework and understanding where you try to make the pieces fit, right?
Yes. It's helpful. It does help me out. That's the one thing that excuse me. That's one thing that keeps me grounded a lot, and I'm
Mm,
happy with that.
mm,
If I feel like if I didn't have, I'll say it. If I didn't have masculine sleep, I might be even more screwed. But
yeah, fortunately, it's
yeah, but
last
I got a good luck. I got a good draw with that masculine sleep. So thank God. Definitely, if when I'm when I'm held on it, and I'm actually like grounded, and I'm gonna keep going,
yeah,
I can keep going. I'm fine. The
that
only
is,
problem is that like I can't stop. If I am grounded too much, I kind of have a habit of like I will keep learning, keep doing, and then keep acting on things, and then crash, and I realize I crash and keep going.
mm.
Like yeah.
There is another similarity between the two of us then, because I'm just thinking about it now. Like your last animal, your ST sleep is double masculine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mine, my consume last is also double
Double
masculine.
masculine. Yeah.
I'm wondering, let's just do the math here. So you're NETI first,
Mm-hmm.
but that's no FM, your visual consume because you're any,
Yes.
yeah, right. Yeah, so tell me more about that. Like your consume is visual. How does that express
I
itself?
have my ideas are really I have to learn whooshy, and my pattern connection is very whooshy, whatever. It's like I can connect to many things, but if I'm not like physically building on it, it kind of just goes, well, there it goes. Up. It's
Mm,
kind of like the feeling of like you it's kind of like a firework, I guess, where like I have like you shoot the firework and like the little sparkles come out of nowhere. That's the ideas.
mm,
And then, but eventually, if you don't catch it, it fizzes out and then it's gone.
mm.
And then the other one comes back and then fizzes out and it's gone. It kind of just keeps happening. You're like, like that's kind of what's happening. But again, you will remember like the main key point. You just have a hard time remembering like
Yeah, because
all the other possibilities, but you know they're there. So all the other ideas, how's that?
it's like it will keep returning to you. It
Mm-hmm.
will shapes and forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very much like my sleep. My sleep is visual. So you have anti-consume that is visual, and I have anti-sleep that is visual.
Hmm.
Interesting. And our STs are both double masculine. Your SF, what is it? Your blast is
My SF is
lymphatic.
audio.
Yeah, audio. Like my SF
If
play.
if my consume is visual, that would make my audio be my blast, and that would also mean my play would be double feminine. My play is double feminine. That would also mean my sleep is double masculine, based
Yeah.
on that math, technically.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Let's not dig too deep into all of this. There are so many details, right? It
I'm
won't
just
make
I'm
sense
just
to anyone.
process elimination.
Yeah. I have another issue because I'm traveling and I seem to have forgotten my charger and the battery is going to die quite soon. I
You're
think we
fine.
need to kind of just find a few more questions and wrap the whole thing up, which I don't want to. I want to talk like for
Yeah,
at least another
we can do a
hour.
behind the scenes kind of thing later on the road if we have to.
On Discord over the phone. I have to find
Yeah,
a way to recharge my.
yeah. Hmm.
Anyways, so where were we? We were talking about consume. So what's your consume pile then, would you say?
My consume pile is right now. It's a lot of right now. It's a lot of I do card games now. I do card game. I do nerdy stuff like that. And I also do a lot of theory crafting, and also more about games, or also just shows, or just analysis on certain like I'm gonna start doing more analysis on like music stuff I'm doing.
Mhm.
On top of that, I'm also gonna do more analysis on like fighting games I do and other games like that I do, and I do a lot of like gaming stuff and all that stuff, all that finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So gaming is like, yeah, there is a lot of visual things involved there in that consume
Yes.
visual.
But
Yeah.
for me, it's like very much like I have to physically do it to actually understand it.
Oh,
So if I don't, I can understand about doing it, but as long as like I can connect it with like some kind of idea, I'll kind of some kind of thing I built on, I'm fine. Or I can just also look at something and just go, I understand what you mean. I
mm,
can't. It'll take me a while to fully like do the exact thing,
mhm.
but like at a deeper level. But like I can look at something and go, I understand. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. Because I kind of get that in my head, like these epiphanies in my NT sleep where I see how things align, or yeah, I understand like NT is very an abstract function, right? But it's about
Yeah.
understanding, and I understand it visually in my head, so
Hmm.
to speak, with my NT sleep. Yeah, I can relate, but yeah, it's a different animal. So, a lot of gaming. And then, do you have any like strategies to manage this flood of information, like without getting stuck?
I taken little things over time, and I try to make little notes for myself
Mm,
mentally of just like, okay, so I have these things. How
mm,
can I checklist? I have a checklist mentally myself. I can do these, this, and eventually I'll break it down and actually be able to put it all together
mm,
as like a little. It's kind of like a thing of like you walk in somewhere and you do link A, B, and C,
mhm.
and then you come together and then you put all the links together and you have to see, okay, what do you remember from all these links? It's like, okay, overview now. What do you remember from all this stuff you learned? You
Yeah.
remember this stuff? All right, cool. Well, I'll see you back tomorrow. And then you try and make sure you memorize what you remembered. And then I like to think of it as you have a flow state,
Mhm.
and then you have a kind of like a overly exaggerated, just like crackheaded, like I want to take in everything state. Because
Right.
again, your flow state is going to be the main thing that you're going to remember.
Mm, mm,
If you go back in time, you're gonna be, I remember these things, yeah. But you're taking in everything, you're not gonna be able to you're not gonna remember every little thing you take in.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just whatever the flow state you remember you are in, and that's kind of where my sleep kicks in, and I'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
my that's my safest mass, so I'm fine.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you for explaining that. I'm jumping onwards because of our limited
Yeah,
battery time here.
you can even guess my social type if you wanted to. Who knows?
Yeah, it's actually there are some common questions. There is the sleep last, and then it's the social type. Yeah, maybe the social type. Let's see. I'm finding you very friendly, but of course, I don't know if that's your social type, like friends over flex. Are you
Mhm.
internally driven or are you externally driven? Because I don't know you like in real life. I don't know, how are you at work? Do you need other people to get your work done, or are you very internally driven?
So this is kind of funny. I got transferred from my job because of the fact that I was always running around helping other people do their jobs for them, and I got in trouble for that, and my boss didn't like that, and then he kind of got mad at me. Then they transferred me to another place, and now I'm just doing what I have to do now, and I'm trying to make sure I'm okay. But I don't like it, but I'm also aware of the fact of like I'm in my same thing, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I kind of like doing many other things because I like that feeling, but
What is it
it's a
that you
new
don't
thing I'm
like
learning. Hmm?
right now then? What exactly? Like, what elements do you dislike?
The only thing I dislike is there is a strict scheduling, but again, at the end of the day, it's not bad. I kind of like the feeling of like you know where I am, so you can't really get on my ass. But but other than that though, it's okay. Like the only thing that kind of irritates me is just the repetitiveness, but it's again, like I said earlier, make a little mini game out of it. You figure out certain things, you learn that, like I said before,
Yeah,
and then you just get better. You switch it
exactly.
up on yourself, you'll be fine.
Are you okay to do everything on your own when you're
Yeah,
working? Yeah.
I prefer being alone.
Okay. Yeah.
I prefer doing it everything on my own. It's all on me. I'd rather do that versus being like, and but again, like you can always like help me guide me. But
Mhm.
once you like kind of get me going, I'll be fine. Just don't get in my area. Leave me alone. Let me do my thing. I'm
Right.
very friendly with people. I'm very friendly with people. I would say because my people have always like people at work are legit asking me to come back. Like people are now signing like petitions to try and get me back over there, which is really funny. So it's just like, yeah, my boss is not really he's going through the ringer right now. My old boss is going through the ringer right now, but if people are legit are fighting for me, and I think that's very nice and know that like the community actually does respect me and they do actually love me. So
That's nice.
because
That's
I've
really
done so much.
so, yeah, those are a few clues there. How about if you would describe a typical workday? What does it look like from the start of the day till the end?
My new job now is you go in, you grab your walkie-talkie, you clock in, you grab your walkie-talkie, grab your envelope, your little folder, your binder, tells you exactly what you're gonna be. Talk to your boss. Your boss will tell you if something changes, something updates on you.
Mhm.
Then eventually you go out in the area in the section you are, and then you follow the rules and like not the times your time stamps of like where you got to do. You got like 3 rooms or 5 rooms.
Mhm.
You got like an hour and a half to do these rooms, or you got like an hour or 15 minutes, or I fucking firefighters bother.
Oh,
uh, but no, yeah, it's just like you have like certain times limits for like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Or no, nothing more than like 3 hours though. But like you have like 2 hours more max
right. Yeah.
rooms. Yeah, no, and you're alone. You do your own thing as long as you get your job done. You get your job done. That's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. What's the job called? Like the title of the job?
Housekeeping. I am a housekeeper now. Housekeeping utility aid. I used to be utility aid, as in like I used to just like shampoo, clean, fix, be responsible for the orders and the linen order and the running around and doing certain things for that. But now I got transferred over to just housekeeping
Mhm.
and utility aid. So now I'm just like doing cleaning rooms, I'm learning all this stuff.
Mm.
It's something I've never done.
Right.
But the ladies were the people who were training me, they're very honest with me. They're like, look, I feel safe talking to you. You just come off as that kind of person. And they should have told me you got these things to work on. Other than that, you're doing just fine. You have a harder responsibility now because of the fact that you are coming from a background where you haven't had any training on this. A
Right.
lot of people came into this knowing what to do. You
Yeah.
were coming from a background of you couldn't even know how to fix a bed to really begin with. So
So
you were
yeah.
coming from like having doing it like professionally to like a bunch of like millionaires to
Wow.
have to fix their beds. So that's saying something.
Has it impacted how you do things at home, would you say?
I'm noticing more details I've noticed on it nowadays
Yeah.
for me, and it's very funny. I'd be more like, this is annoying, but like, like, but like, I just one girl made me laugh, and I was like, this is such a definition of like you're a sensory, you are demon sensory. She
Yeah.
hit me with the you're very good at a lot of things,
Mhm.
but I've noticed you always keep hiccuping on the most funniest like small details every time, and I'm like, that is so funny because
An
she'll be like, you're
example?
yeah, she's like, you're so focused on like everything else, everything else of this one little thing, and then all you have to do is just look down, and you notice like this black little splotch, and you're like, oh yeah, I've done that, yeah, and I knew she was gonna bring that up, and she was like, you have a habit of doing that,
Oh,
like
that's
you just miss little details like that, and I think it's so funny. But other than that, you're doing good. Like I have no complaints. It's just funny how like I think over time you'll get better. Yeah,
I'm wondering, Dante, if you are friends, possibly.
probably.
And also, it feels like you're specialized more than generalized.
Ah, funny.
I don't know if it's true or not.
Mhm. Okay.
That because I don't know, because um I just feel like you can become really good at something if you want to, if you really do it.
Yeah, kind of like I think someone, and it's very funny because someone should have told me too. I want to believe I can, but someone should have told me. I think you'll be a very good float. You come off as the kind of person to be like you could do you could do many things, but if someone stuck you with something like specifically somewhere, you would
Yeah.
struggle. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when they said that, I kind of laughed a little bit, and I was like, no, I know my social type. That's very funny because I know my social type, and I think it's very funny.
Wow. So now I want to know it. Please just give it away because the battery
I would
will.
too.
Yeah. I was like, of course.
So it was very funny because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're very friendly. That's the thing that comes across. And the other thing, like generalize and specialize, it's more, I think it's more
Mm-hmm.
about knowing someone in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, now you gave a pretty good description there of your job and such, but with the friends aspect, it's more a vibe thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
generalized, specialized, it's more a thing you have to see over time.
Yeah, I got in trouble. Here's why I got in trouble, though. I didn't really fully tell you because I think it'd give it away completely if I said that. It
Yeah,
was I got in trouble for the fact of like I would actively go out and just do things. I'm like, hey, look, I feel responsible doing this. I'm gonna go out and do this. You
yeah,
gave me this responsibility. I'm gonna go out and do this because I feel responsible doing it, and no one else is gonna do it. I've always had that myself. No one else is gonna do it, so I'll do it.
yeah. And what you said
And I
before.
got bit in my ass so many times for doing that shit. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you actually did spell it out when you said that you would go around and help everyone else before even
Mm,
doing your own job. So that's what
yeah,
it's kind of for.
to the
Yeah.
point of like I made that my own job. I made my own job being like, yeah, I was running around doing many things for people. I would still get my job done,
Yeah.
but of course, I had a habit of kind of just like doing a lot of other things. But also, my boss kind of had me doing that too, so I kind of got, you know, in trouble for that.
Yeah.
But
It's like
now, like, you know,
you just become a manager without even trying to.
yeah, I
Yeah.
also came from a background where I have managed certain companies like organizations, my friends.
Yeah.
So I think I told you this a little bit like off camera before, a few times. Maybe I think I have. where my friends were like, "Hey, you learned all these things. That's interesting." So like, hey, can you help me like duo like run this company? Yeah, sure. And eventually, I was like, "We're leaving this company. We're doing it this way. We can do it on our own. We can do it. Don't worry about it." And then we did it.
Oh, wow.
So many times, and now I'm just to the point of like, I just want to just lay it down, do what I need to do now because I need to figure out certain things I need to finish up. Once
Yeah.
I finish up the things I do, I'm going back to Nike field. I like the feeling of doing many other things.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can't sit down. So
You get, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you did mention about getting bored as well. But then again, you are an EP, right? With any, so
yeah.
you get
Mm.
bored for many reasons.
But EP was number two is a definition of like that that's just on crack. That's
It's,
and sleep last.
yeah, yeah,
That's just triplet to me then honestly.
yeah,
So it's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. It doesn't get
yeah.
that worse.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not really surprised when that person said that. Like, I think if you were stuck in one area, you would struggle, but if you were like filling as a float, you would be amazing. And I
Right.
was like, that makes sense because that's legit what it is. Like, floats are like people who come in and do everything. Like
That's
they could do anything.
very nicely captured. Like that person could, in an objective way from the outside, actually see
Mm-hmm. Yes.
that side of
Yeah, it
your,
was very funny. Yeah, I think I typed him as like he's potentially probably like an SE, like ESFP, in my
uh,
opinion,
yeah.
and probably a number four. But he's very like he was very honest about it. He was like, "Look, I think you're this," and I'm like, "That's so funny."
Hey, Dante, I think I have to stop recording now, just because otherwise,
You gotta save everything. I understand. Yeah.
and let's make it part two.